But you keep making the basic assumption. Sorry, let me just say this, Mike. You keep making the basic assumption that we are ridiculing Christ and Christ's teaching, and I say that we are not.
But do you imagine that your scene, for instance, of the Sermon on the Mount, the scene in your film of the Sermon on the Mount, is not ridiculing one of the most sublime utterances that any human being has ever spoken on this earth? Of course it is.
No, it's making fun of the guy who's remembered it wrong and of the people who don't understand it and miss the point.
Well, I think that's really unfair, because I think that a lot of people looking in will think that we have actually ridiculed Christ physically. Christ is played by an actor, Ken Colley. He speaks the words from the Sermon on the Mount. He's treated absolutely respectfully. The camera then pans away. We go right to the back of the crowd to someone who shouts, "Speak up," because they cannot hear him. Now, I mean, if that utterly, undermines one's faith in Christ, then I think the faith cannot be terribly strong.
I started off by saying that this is such a 10th-rate film that I don't believe that it would disturb anybody's faith.
I know you started with an open mind. I realise that.
John, can I put you a question? Now, without, I hope, in any way sort of being pompous, I mean, I have been Bishop of South London now for over 20 years, and I'm appalled by the sadness, the unhappiness, the tragedy of life, and the drug scene, the violence, the muggings, and so on. And many people now are standing back with a measure of deep disturbance and horror. I was at Cambridge only the Sunday before last, and I'm told how the undergraduates are turning up in chapel and seeing if Christianity has got something to offer. I think, I mean, most of us, I'm sure we'd be all agree, however much we may differ on this film, that we are deeply disturbed by what's going on in the world and in this country. Now, there is a desire to find truth, to find some answer to our problems. And the question, I mean, I would put to you, I mean, could you really put your hand on your heart and say that that film is going to help the younger generation and its pilgrimage for truth?
If they think about it, absolutely. The message is, what is it, Mike? What are the words? Work it out for yourself. You're all individuals. Don't do what people tell you to do. And that's not the...
you find that a final...
No, starting point.
Starting point.
Including the lampooning of Christ.
And the lampooning of his death, which is the most disgraceful part of the whole thing.
Surely, Markham, it was the lampooning of a form of death, which happened to hundreds of people.
You're lampooning a scene which has been played a fantastic part in the lives of believers for generations, a scene that has inspired the most amazing disinterestedness, creativity, that sets St. Francis of Assisi wandering about the streets, that inspired St. Augustine to write The City of God.
This I accept, but I
all
think
that is true, and all you've done is to make a lot of people on the cross singing a music hall song. It's so disgusting when you think of it.
A lot of people go away very happy, laughing at that, their faith not touched one jot.
I don't think it'll
really
touch
do.
their faith. I don't think it will.
Let me come back at this point. And a lot of people on the first Good Friday went away from Calvary laughing their heads off and thinking the death of Jesus was a tremendous joke.
Well, that's very true, you know, because, as a matter of fact, all you've done is for the person you followed in this film is Herod, because it was Herod who organised this absurd scene, and I'm only amazed that you didn't get some comic effects out of the Crown of Thorns. That's the only thing that puzzles me in the film.
If we wanted to make a joke out of Jesus, Jesus would have appeared on the cross. He was an actor, he was there in the film. He does not appear on the cross. Nowhere at all. It's a gang of thieves, of common criminals who were at that time crucified in hundreds day by day. I mean,